All right, hey everyone. Oh, hey Tiff. Hey Jill. If you're on with me live, say hey, hey, hey. If you're watching on the replay, go ahead and drop replay so I know you were joining in. I'm gonna get started here in about 2 minutes. Just cleansing my space. Cleanse my fiance. You got the spirits. Alright, you guys, if you're flowing with me live today, you will need, y'all know I love my couch cushion, something that will serve as a yoga bolster. So this can be a firm pillow. I always pull the cushions off my couch because they are amazing. You can roll up a blanket, maybe a couple towels. Take the next minute or so to grab whatever kind of prop you want to use. If you have a yoga block, that works too. But we're going to be doing a super chill flow, something a little bit more restorative. So you're definitely going to want something that you can just drape the body on. Chill vibes today. So I'll give you another minute to get that situated. Welcome. Hopefully you have your bolster. A couple things before we get started. Of course, just follow along, customize any way that you choose. I wanted to offer a more chill and restorative class today because I think that we all need it. So since I've been off work for about a month and I've been really diving into that personal development journey, since I'm afforded so much time these days, I really kind of tried to bring it back to basic like law of attraction and spiritual practices. And having all this time off, I've been able to really just like kind of unpack and get back to the basics, right? And I know I talk about my wedding a lot on here, having to postpone, because I just think it was such a big manifestation thing in my life, right? So let me explain. I had imagined that day, every detail for the whole planning process. I'm talking like multiple meditations, daily like rituals, just like thinking of like how perfect the day was gonna go, what I was gonna wear, what I was gonna say, what other people were gonna wear, what the day was gonna look like. Like I thought I had manifested this thing to the fucking T. Like nothing could go wrong. And so now that it had been postponed due to coronavirus, one of the first things I said to Matt was, well, there really are no timelines when you manifest, right? The universe will deliver, it will match your vibrations, it can give you what you desire, but you cannot determine when these things are gonna happen. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately as I've been at home meditating and kind of trying to think of some new desires that I want to bring into my life moving forward. And I'm just realizing that there are no timelines. And I feel so much better and energetically lighter, spiritually lifted when I just surrender that out of my control, right? So during these meditations, during these yoga practices, I've just been thinking of, okay, all of these things that we want to control where the next paycheck comes from, when we're going to get our money, when we're going to do this, when we're going to do that. And you can live so much more peacefully if you just let that go to a higher power. Let it go to somewhere out of your control. It's not your job to create when these things are going to happen. It's your job to create the practices that keep you aligned every day. So for this yoga practice, I want you to just really just try to surrender the breath, surrender the postures. Maybe there is a certain situation in your life that you've been trying to control, and it's just you feel resistance, it's not serving you. You can bring that little bit of an aspect into this practice. That's why yoga is a very spiritual thing for me. I have my greatest epiphanies sometimes during Shavasana, when we're just lying there and everything is fully surrendered. The body is surrendered, the breath, the energy, the movement, everything. So we're gonna definitely slow it down today, just really focus on breathing, on hanging out in the postures a little bit longer than usual, but ultimately surrendering whatever you've been trying to control to something greater than you. Don't fucking worry about it. The universe will deliver. It's got you. It doesn't always have to look exactly how you imagined it. Most times it's not going to look exactly like how you imagined it. It's going to be even better. And that's the beautiful thing about manifesting, right? So you're going to get started today in a supported fish pose. So what's that's going to look like is bolster on the earth. You're going to bring it right down to your sacrum. And then you're gonna drape the top half of the body over. So I like to extend my legs long. If this is too much on your low back, you can cross the feet or bring the soles of the feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. So do something that feels good in your low back. Just really open the chest. You can let the arms fall out to the sides. Heart is nice and lifted. Close the eyes. As you settle in, just start to surrender the breath to however it's meant to be in this moment. So maybe it feels kind of shallow since the chest is really open. Or maybe you feel a strong and deep connection to those low belly breaths. Starting to trace the inhales in and out of the nose. Starting to warm up the lungs with those deep, intentional breaths. So if you're nice and rested, find out where you can wiggle out just 5 or 10% more tension. Maybe you just wiggle out the arms a little bit. Maybe you switch the way the legs are. I invite you to just really, really settle in. Start to draw the inhales in a little bit deeper through the nose. Feel them exhale a little bit lengthier out of the nostrils. So maybe in this moment you feel really peaceful, really settled, not a lot going on in the mind. Or maybe you feel kind of scatterbrained, you're just starting to sift through all the mumble jumble of the day. No matter how you feel in this moment, take inventory of what you feel. How does it feel for the body to be lying on the earth, for the chest to be lifted, the heart a bit exposed? What is the feeling of the breath flowing in and out of the nose? What do the clothes feel like lying against the skin? Maybe there are parts of clothing that are loose and parts that are tight. Just starting to really draw that awareness in from the space surrounding you. Start to draw it in towards the physical body, starting to bring it into the breath. Good, letting the heart be open, breath flow naturally. So if there's any situation in your life specifically that you've really been trying to control or worry about, or you're feeling a lot of resistance of, maybe you want to work with that thing throughout your practice today. Take a moment and just call that energy into your mind's eye. So here's a few moments to just sit with that situation. And really feel the feelings of that resistance, that control, that lack, whatever it may be. Know that in this practice, your job is to surrender to something higher than yourself, whether you call that universe, your inner guidance system, God, whatever your beliefs are. We're moving this around today in the body with the breath. So maybe you start to let the situation kind of melt out of the mind. Just sort of watch it wash away with each inhale and exhale floating out of your vision. Good. Mindful breaths in through the nose. Take an audible exhale out of the mouth, let it go. We're gonna do a few rounds of intentional breath here. You'll inhale for a count of 3. You'll hold at the top for a count of 3. Exhale out of the mouth for a count of 3 and hold at the bottom. We'll do 3 rounds and I'll lead. So take a big inhale through the nose, fill up the belly through the chest, heart, into the throat. Hold at the top, 2, 3. Exhale out of the mouth, nice and deep. Beautiful. Hold at the bottom, 2, 3. Inhale through the nose for a count of 3. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Big hold at the top. Don't let any air out. 2, 3. Big exhale, release. Let something go. Hold that at the bottom, restricting the throat. 2, 3. Last round. Biggest breath in that you can take. Fill up, 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 up. Hold at the top, not letting any new air in. Open mouth, exhale. Maybe you make a noise as you let that go. So good, you guys. Hold at the bottom. 2, 3. Regular inhale through the nose. Start to bring it back. One more exhale out of the mouth. Just because that feels so good. Good. So if you're still lying on your back, take your hands to your belly. Fill in. Big nostril breath. Exhale through the nose. Cultivate that ujjayi. Lift up a little bit. Just snuggle that bolster out of your way. Return all the way back down onto your back. Extend the arms long. Really reach the fingertips past the top of your mat and point the toes. So as if someone's stretching you from hands and feet in both directions. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Make yourself a little ball. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Tuck the forehead in. Inhale, extend it out. Really reach, 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 reach. Exhale, draw the knees in. Small of the back goes to the earth as you lift the shoulder blades off. One more, extend out long, really, really reach. Exhale, curl everything and create a lot of tension. Good. Send the legs down low, arms overhead. You're gonna take both hands and walk them off the right side of your mat. So as if you're standing up and you're just bending, opening the left side body. So maybe you wiggle the shoulder blades, the head. The left hip is pointed towards the left side of the mat. So the top half of the body is kind of forming a crescent shape. Walk the toes, both sets, off the right side of the mat. So now you're in kind of a C shape. Whole body is extending. Left side body opens, reaching through the rib cage, reaching through the left arm bone, reaching through the left toes. Breathe. Fill up all the belly, the chest, the heart, the lungs. Walk this back towards center. Drag the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze, maybe a little rock side to side. Extend, legs down low, arms up high, full body stretch. Good. Take this the opposite way. Shimmy, shimmy the shoulders towards the left side of the mat. So the shoulders are kind of in that left corner. The right arm really reaches over to open up those right ribs. And then wiggle the toes all the way to the left corner of the mat. So you're in a big C shape like a half moon. Right fingertips reach, reach, reach. Feel that stretch through the triceps, the armpit, down the right side body, maybe even through the right hip. Reach the toes. There should be a little bit of a tension in the left obliques as they crunch. Good. Walk this back to center. Knees into the chest. My arms feel so long after that. Place both feet on the earth. You have a few options here. If you have a yoga block, you can take a yoga block for a supportive bridge underneath the sacrum. You can use your bolster or your pillow to take a supportive bridge also. If you're looking for something a little bit more active in this moment, just pop up into bridge. Soles of the feet on the earth, lift the hips. I'm going to take a block to my sacrum because I need a little bit of restorative stuff. If you're in traditional bridge, walk the shoulder blades towards one another, lift the hips, but no tension in that low back. Quads are lengthening towards the front of the mat, and kneecaps energetically pull forward. If you're resting on that bolster, just settle the hips down, feel the heart open. We're staying for 5 breaths. So settle in, whatever prop you're using, shape that you're in, doesn't matter. Allow the heart to expand with each breath. Chin tuck slightly, feel some length in the neck. Shoulders are away from the ears. Good. Lots of weight in the heels as you press the hips up. Stay for 2 more nice restorative breaths. Surrendering your breath to the posture. Let this go out of your control into the universe. Maybe you feel something radiate from your heart. On the next inhale, lift the heels nice and high. You can remove a prop if you have one underneath you. Roll the spine down 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Right knee comes into the chest. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders, forehead towards the knee. Extend the left leg long on the mat. Hover it just like 3-4 inches. Hold. Just creating a little bit of tension in the core. Make sure you wake that up. Drop the left leg and the head. Release the shoulder blades to the earth. Good. You're gonna rock this side to side, nice and easy, open with the hip. Right leg starts to extend up towards the sky, press through the heel. Good. Nice, easy tug, hands wrapped somewhere around the back of that right leg. Small of the back is on the earth, the back is not arched, so if you're lifted, make sure you press the back down, engage the core. Gentle tug, hands come in a little bit towards the face. Stay and breathe. Breathing into the hamstring. Settle in and surrender. Start to bend the right knee. Right hand receives outside edge of that right foot in like a half happy baby. Maybe you take this side to side, start talking to that right hip. Breathe, release the tension in that hip. Breathe into any spots that are sticky or are a little bit stiff. Good. Bring the left foot into the left hand, full happy baby. So in this moment, take inventory about how the legs feel. Does the right leg feel slightly stretched out more than the left? Do they feel the same? What does the breath feel like in the body? Good. Extend the right leg long on the mat. Bring the left knee into the chest. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Press through the ball of the right foot. Leg is lifted slightly. Engage. Create that tension. Belly is turned on. Exhale, lower the right leg and the head. Soften the shoulders, make sure they're away from the ears. Start to straighten the left leg up towards the sky. Toes are pulled back towards the face as you press through the left heel. A gentle tug with the hands opens the back of that left leg. Surrender the breath. Pay attention to that lower back. Is it pressed on the earth? Is your core slightly engaged? There's some energy out of that right foot, the leg that's on the ground. Maybe a little bit of a squeeze in that right glute. Option to pull this left leg in a little bit closer. Be nice and gentle. Big breath in through the nose, out of the mouth. Start to bend the left knee. Maybe left hand comes all the way to the outside edge of the left foot. Or the left hand, of course, can be around the calf, wherever is available in your body. Maybe you rock this half happy baby. And I like to take my right hand and press my right hip down on the earth to make sure that low back stays down. Good. Stay for the full breath cycle. Good. On the next breath, bring the right knee in towards the right armpit, full happy baby. From here, you take left leg long or the right, back and forth. Stretching into those legs, maybe rocking side to side. Nice work, you guys. Bring the knees into the chest, rock and roll it up and over. Tabletop is where we meet. We'll take a few rounds of traditional cat-cow. Untuck the toes. Belly drops low as the tailbone lifts. Chest lifts. Gaze goes up. Exhale, angry cat. Plug the shoulders away from one another. Hands firmly press into the earth. Gaze between the thighs. Really take these slow and exaggerated. And when I do my cow pose, I really drop my chest in between my biceps and look up. I'm trying to get my shoulder blades to pinch towards one another. Tailbone lifts. Exhale, round exaggeratedly as the crown of the head goes towards the earth. You lengthen through the neck. Good. One more, nice and slow. Try to feel every muscle move as you drop the belly. Look up. Good. Exhale, lots of tension. Pull the belly button in and really spread the shoulder blades apart. Take this back to neutral. Walk the left hand underneath the face. Right arm opens up towards the sky. Take a moment and gaze towards the right hand. Big circle with that right arm. Lubricate that shoulder joint. And then thread it all the way through right cheek, right ear to the mat. Right shoulder all the way down. So you can sit this back on the hips and kind of readjust the shoulder if you want more of a restorative twist. If you want something more active, you can take the left hand to the left corner of the mat, put the weight in the right knee and extend the left leg. You're staying here for 3 mindful breaths, so choose a shape and settle in. Surrendering the posture to the breath to the universe. If you have that left leg extended, bring the left knee back underneath the left hip. Take the left hand, walk it back underneath the face. Right arm opens for a counter twist. This time, circle out the wrist. Give your wrist some love. Take the right hand down. Inhale, left arm up and over. Track the hand with the gaze. 1 or 2 big arm circles to lubricate that shoulder joint. Good. Next time you're through, thread it all the way. Left cheek, left ear, left shoulder to the mat. Option to settle the hips back and slide your shoulder back to get a nice cozy twist. Or make it more active by engaging the right arm up on the right fingertips, extend the right leg. 3 breath cycle. Allow the breath to fill the spaces of silence. Check in with the body. Good. Bring it back. Right knee under the right hip, right hand underneath the face. Inhale, untwist that left shoulder, reach it up, circle out that left wrist. And take this back to your neutral table. Walk the hands out as you settle the hips back and up, puppy pose. Hips lift towards the sky as you sink the chest, chin or forehead to the mat. Hands are really engaged. Press through the palms, turn on the arms. See if you can press a little bit more firm and feel a stretch traveling up through the triceps, underneath the armpits, to the side body. Big breath to fill the low belly. As you exhale, roll forward, Sphinx pose, forearms to the mat. Elbows are just a little bit in front of the shoulders. 2 big lion paws on the earth. Inhale, pull the chest through, take the gaze up, really pull the shoulder heads back. And then exhale, and like a variation of cat-cow, round the spine as you look underneath you. Maybe you lift the core. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, if you want to add a little bit of core work, really engage, lift the pelvis, pull the belly button in, press through the knees. Inhale, open the chest, pull the shoulder blades back. Exhale, round, engage the core as you look under. Good. Inhale, drop the belly. As you exhale, forehead all the way to the mat. Hands walk down by your hips. Forehead is on the earth. You're lifting this up just the top half of the body. Hands float back towards your feet. On the inhale, pull the shoulders up, lift the chest, float the arms, reach them back. Still keep some space in that low back, lumbar spine, sacrum, so that you're not crunching all those vertebrae together. Exhale, lower. This time, option for hands to grab an interlace. Inhale, lift it up. Pull the elbows, forearms towards one another, firm it up. Good. Use this to open the chest even more, expand the front body. Exhale, lower. This time, option to lift the feet with it, so hands can just float back or fingertips can find an interlace. Inhale, lift the chest, float the feet. Good. Really press through the pubic bone, open front of the body. Find that strength in the back body. You're holding one full breath cycle. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Bend the knees, windshield wiper the feet side to side. Release that low back. Good. Tuck the toes under. Maybe you take a reverse push-up. All the way into down dog. Take knees in one at a time, nice and slow to midline. What I like to do is really twist my hips, so I drive, if my left heel is towards the earth, I drive it down, straighten that leg as much as I can. Twist, twist, twist. Take that side to side. Talking to the calves, waking them up, big stretch. Beautiful, you guys. Drive the heels towards the earth on your next breath. Lift the hips really high. Head settles in between the triceps, biceps. Press the floor away from you. Fingertips are spread super wide. Heels drive down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Roll forward, high plank pose. If you're taking it super chill today, you can drop the knees, of course. But core is an important part of yoga, so even if this is the only core work you do today, just get it in. Press the hips back up, downward dog. Roll forward, high plank. Lift the heels nice and high, engage the core. We're not staying here very long, you can do it. Inhale. This time drop the knees, 8 points touching, knees, chin, chest. Modified Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, pull through to your back bend, cobra, high cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Look forward towards your hands. Really straight legs, walk all the way up. So little baby steps, take your time getting there. I love to do this because this really stretches out my hamstrings, really opens the back of the legs. Feet land hip distance, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, grow through your crown. Exhale, fold, find a bend in your knees. Taking that through one more time. Inhale, halfway, straighten the legs and the torso. Exhale as you bend the knees and fold. Right leg starts to go straight as the left knee bends, left hand comes underneath the face. Inhale, right arm opens to the sky, take a twist. Maybe you gaze to that right hand, maybe your gaze stays on the earth. Wherever you're at is perfect. Surrender. Right hand down, switch it out. Left arm lifts, so straighten the left leg as the right knee bends. Look up. And feel that left hip press back to open that left hamstring. Left hand down, bend both knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. Press through the heels. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the heart, Samasthita, close the eyes. Take a rock back and forth, ball of the foot to the heel. I love to do this to just get really, really grounded in my practice. When you land, make sure that weight is distributed evenly between the ball and the heel. So weight is in that middle point of the foot. Good. Kneecaps are slightly engaged to turn on the quads. Chest, ribs, navel all draw in. Chin tucks back slightly so that there's a straight line through the crown of your head all the way down the spine. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Take one more breath in. Release what you need to release with this practice today. Inhale, arms overhead, look up. Exhale, pour the breath out, lean forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back, low lunge, drop the left knee. Untuck the left toes. Inhale, arms rise. Right hand comes to the right thigh. Left arm reaches over. Open that left side body as you press the left hip over slightly. Option if you want a block to take right hand to a block, or if the flexibility is there in today's body, you can take the right hand all the way down to the earth. You're holding for 3 breaths. So just settle in. Feel that stretch from the left hip through the obliques, up the intercostal muscles, out of the arm. Good, big breath. Inhale, right arm rises, fingertips touch above. Exhale, hands come into the heart in prayer. Start to press into that left quad, finding that hip flexor stretch. Lift through the chest, settle in and breathe. Good. So you're releasing tension out of that glute to really get into that quad. Feel that stretch. Chest is lifted, gaze can lift slightly. Surrender to the breath. Drop both hands, they frame right foot top of the mat. Press the hips back, find your half splits. So in order for me and my body to make sure that my left hip is over my left knee, I have to create some space in that right leg because I have pretty flexible hamstrings, so I can dip down into those splits. So make your adjustments in your body where you need to go to be to your edge. We're staying for 5 breaths. So this is the opportunity to just really settle in, see what comes up. If anything random pops into your head, it's because it needs attention, it needs to be noticed. So it's okay to observe these thoughts. Just don't attach to them, don't invest in them. Maybe you inhale and extend the spine a little bit longer. Maybe you exhale and fold 5% deeper. Drive down through the right heel, toes are lifted nice and high. The more pressure you put into that heel, the more open those right hamstrings will get. 2 more nice mindful breaths. If you're on the palm, start to come up to the fingertips so that you can slide that right foot back and down onto the earth. Pivot all the way around. The bend goes in the left knee, right leg gets straight. Staying here in a Skandasana, but we're staying static. So bring the hands into the heart. Perhaps you find the balance. Option to keep the hands on the earth, that's okay too. Woo, but starting to breathe into that right inner thigh. So again, the heel drives down into the earth. That inner thigh opens up. Find that concentration, that focus, that point of surrender. Only worried about the breath. Beautiful, you guys. Drop the hands, walk the hands forward. Heel toe the right foot out a little bit so that it's underneath the knee. Both hands are inside of the right foot. Drop the left knee. You're in a low lizard lunge. This is where we're staying, 5 breath cycle. Right knee hugs into that right shoulder. Inhale, open the chest, look up. Shoulders pull back slightly, shoulder blades pull back. Elbows are pointed in towards the rib cage. Option to stay on the hands, or you can drop down to the forearms if that's feeling intuitive to you in this moment. Finding that edge, but making sure nothing is painful. Surrender and breathe. I know in my body I've been doing a lot more sitting than I'm used to doing. So these hip flexor stretches are so beneficial for what's going on right now. And still press the breath deep down into the belly. Core should be engaged. Maybe you feel the belly lift and rise with the breath. If you're on the forearms, walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Left hand stays down, right hand comes to the inside of that right inner thigh. Press the knee out towards the right side of the mat. See if you can stretch it to a different area of the hip that you were just in. Still press the left hip down towards the earth, sink into that left quad. Option to kind of open up the chest, look towards the right, over the right shoulder. Big breath. Use the hand to gather the knee back towards center. Right arm peels open to the back of the mat. Option for the bind, left knee bends, right hand receives left foot. Take whatever you need out of this posture. Right hand can bring the left foot in towards the glutes. Feel that left quad really turn on and stretch. Or sometimes it feels good to kick the foot into the hand and roll to the blade edge of the right foot, opening everything up. Take 2 more breaths in whatever shape you feel great in. Release. Right hand comes inside of that right foot. Heel toe it out a little bit. Right toes 45-degree angle with the right side of the mat. Left foot steps up. Ooh, hips. Sink it down, Malasana. Ooh. Take this side to side. Let it go. Oh, left hip on fire. Drop the hands. Lift the hips up. Point the toes forward. Maybe shake that out. Halfway lift on the inhale, grow tall. Exhale, release. Inhale, ragdoll it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Go really, really slow. Really find the stretch along the vertebrae. Ooh. Big shoulder loop when you get there. Shoulders up towards the ears on the inhale, down the back on the exhale. Inhale, lift the arms, look up. Interlace the fingers, cross left thumb over right, extend the first pointer finger. Upper arm bones frame the ears, open it up. Just like when we were laying on the mat, that little like sundial. I actually don't even know if that's what it's called, but that's what it reminds me of. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the other side, opening the side body. So when hands are pointed to the left, I'm really pressing through the right foot to extend this side of the body. One more time like that, back and forth. Inhale. Exhale, flow it over. Little back bend when you come through center. Press the hips forward, open the whole front of the body. Exhale, forward, fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, find your plank. Option to drop the knees if you're being chill today, or take a real vinyasa, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to your back bend. It can be cobra, high cobra, or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal out the feet, shift the hips, whatever you'd like when you get to your dog. Take about 2 breaths there to reset and explore the body. This is what yoga is, right? Using breath to just explore the body. Explore what's going on inside. Explore what's going on physically, emotionally, spiritually. Take a big breath in through the nose, out of the mouth. Roll forward, high plank. Drop the knees, Chaturanga Dandasana. 8 points touching, knees, chin, chest. Inhale to your cobra. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Step or float, feet meet the hands, top of the mat. This time, right foot steps back, low lunge. Untuck the right toes, lift the arms, Anjaneyasana. Left hand comes to the left thigh for support. And start to open that right side body. If it's accessible to you and you want to take the hand all the way down to the mat, you can. We're staying here for 3 breaths. Steady the gaze underneath that right armpit, past the shoulder. Feel that right hip point extend the stretch all the way up through the right side body. Weight is in the left heel, find the breath. Inhale, left arm rises, fingers touch overhead. Exhale, prayer hands into the heart, elbows get wide. Just sinking into this hold for 3 breaths. So start to wrap the left hip back a little bit. Right hip kind of comes forward. Make sure those hips are really square. Beautiful. Press into the right quad. Maybe you can even free the left toes. Left shin parallel. Coming out of a straight line out of that ankle. Beautiful. Release the hands, settle the hips back, drive the left heel into the earth. Again, I'm going to take my leg out a little bit longer so that I can get the stretch in my body. So adjust however you feel like you need to. When you feel like you're to your limit, inhale, halfway lift and grow long through your spine, and then exhale, maybe you sink in 5 or 10% more. Left heel creating some pressure so that you can feel that stretch through the left calf, up through the left hamstring. Same thing, that left hip pulls back slightly as the right hip kind of wraps forward. Breathe, breathe, breathe. If you're feeling good, maybe you inhale, halfway lift, find more length, and then exhale again, fold a little bit deeper. Head is in a neutral position. Ribs and navel tuck in. Breathe. I love hamstring stretches. Bring the left sole of the foot to the earth, tuck the right toes. Walk the hands around so that the bend goes to the right knee, left leg gets straight. This should bring the stretch to your left inner thigh. Right heel is lifted high, find your balance, hands into the heart. Of course, you can drop the hands to support you, but you get a double whammy of balance and flexibility if you bring the hands in and find that stability. Find something to focus on, surrender your breath. Drop the hands, crawl them forward. Make some space with that left leg, heel toe the left foot out towards the corner of your mat. Both hands come inside that left arch, drop the right knee. Low lizard lunge, you untuck the right foot. As you pull the shoulder blades back, peel the chest open, smile through the collarbones, look up. Left knee hugs that left shoulder nice and tight. Stay and breathe. If this is feeling good and you want to drop it to the forearms, go ahead and release. Here for 5 breaths total, so you have about 3 more. Big breath in through the nose, move it through the whole belly, all the way to the pelvis. Exhale. One more good one. Inhale through the nose. Ujjayi, exhale out of the nostrils. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Left foot comes in a little bit, right hand stays down. Inhale, left arm peels back, take the gaze back past the left thumb. Option to bend the right knee, left hand receives right foot. Just like on the other side, take what you need from this stretch. It might be more beneficial to your body today to pull that foot in closer to the glute and feel it in the quad. Or it might feel really good to open this up. 2 more breath cycles, whatever shape you're in. Maybe float between the two and surrender the final posture to the universe. Release the bind, take the left hand, bring it inside edge of that left inner thigh, open up the hips, sink down. You're on the blade of the left foot. The inside of the left foot is lifted. You can lift the chest and spin it back a little bit to gaze over the left shoulder. Big breath in, fill up that belly. Exhale, let it go. Tuck the right toes, step them up, Malasana. Oh. We're in those hips. Take this side to side. On your next breath, get static here in your Malasana. Find a really regal posture with that chest, a liftedness. Maybe you gaze up. And as the tailbone drives down, you open the inside of the knees with the elbows. Big breath in. Big exhale. Hips go up as you spin the toes forward, forward fold. Give yourself a little shake, maybe full body. Halfway lift on the inhale, find a long spine. Exhale, fold, slight bend in the knees. Flip the palms up towards the sky, back of the hands to the earth, gorilla pose. This should be accessible to everybody because you can bend your knees really, really low if you need to get the hands underneath the feet. So if you're all the way down here, that's fine. From here, you start to straighten out the legs as the crown of the head pulls in closer towards the knees. You can even straighten the arm bones, really step the feet onto the hands. Squeeze the toes, give your palms a little bit of a massage. Elbows can get wide so you can pull yourself in even closer. Take one breath, big breath, fill up the belly. Exhale it out. Release the hands, ragdoll up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, shoulders roll up towards the ears. Exhale them down the back. Lift the arms. Hands find interlace at the top. Press the palms up towards the sky. Little back bend. Pull the arm bones back and open. Exhale, dive it forward. Pour the breath out. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. We're here in a down dog, roll forward, high plank. Drop it down to the forearms. Start to walk the feet in, dolphin pose. Little baby steps, walks it forward. This is a challenging posture, so if this is not feeling good, just take a down dog. As the feet walk in, the heels get closer to the earth. Head drops in between the upper arm bones. You can play with lifting a leg if you want. Not staying here very long, walk it back out, forearm plank. Meet me in a forearm plank if you are not there already. Exhale, belly to the mat. Drop the forehead down. Extend the left arm long, straight from the shoulder socket. Bend the right knee, sole of the right foot up towards the earth. Bring the right hand right next to the chest. Roll this over, right foot kickstands behind you. Full surrender, stretch the left side of the chest, let it go. Staying for a nice 3 breaths. Roll this through center. Take both arms wide in front of you. So the arms extend from the corners of the mat. The feet touch the corners of the mat. So you're as wide as the mat. Arms, legs extend long. Inhale, lift this up. Find that back bend. Hands are lifted, feet are lifted. Press through the pubic bone. Breathe into the belly. Exhale, lower down. Right arm gets long out of that right shoulder. Bring the left hand, little cricket arm next to the chest. Put the right cheek on the mat. Bend the left knee, sole of the left foot up towards the sky. Roll it over. On the next breath. 3 intentional breaths here. Settle in. Take this time to yourself. Rock this through center. Nice work. Both hands next to the chest. Inhale, peel this up nice and slow. Really pull the shoulders together, open the chest. Exhale, flow it down. 2 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, lower. This time, push all the way up into child's pose. Knees get wide, toes come behind you. You're gonna grab your bolster or your prop. Snuggle it right in between your thighs. Full surrender. So go ahead and put a right cheek down. Just drape the arms over. If you're not working with a prop today, you're just gonna extend the arms long, take right cheek to the mat. Release the breath along the whole back body. Allow the body to start to rest and restore. Getting into that parasympathetic nervous system. Allowing the worry to melt away, letting the body know that you are safe and settled. Use that calming breath to just let go. Flip so that left cheek is on the mat or your bolster. On this side, you'll take a good 3 breaths to just surrender. Surrender physical body to the universe. Surrender the situations you've been controlling. Surrender your expectations for practice or postures or even just anything in life. Just letting everything float away to something bigger than you. Maybe you take inventory of any type of energy surrounding the body. I know sometimes when I hold postures for 5, 6, 7, 10 breaths, I can really feel the physical body being engulfed by something warm or something colorful. So if you don't feel or see any of that, that's okay. But allowing yourself this time to rest provides the universe a channel to connect with you. One more big mindful breath. As you exhale, slowly start to rise. You keep the bolster in front of you, roll onto your seat. Soles of the feet come together in Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Bolster comes right on top. So how close you have your heels in towards your torso is up to you. If you need a stretch and want it to be more active, you can leave the bolster aside, or you can snuggle in and just release, right cheek to the bolster. Again, allowing the back body to really open, settle in and find peace. Full surrender of everything in this moment. Breath should still be so deep in the belly that if you're using a bolster or pillow, you can feel it moving against the low belly. Flip so that left cheek is down, right ear to the sky. Hips are finding a slight external rotation. Knees settle down effortlessly. Relax the muscles of the neck. Full surrender. Come on up on your next inhale. Snuggle your bolster to the left side of the body as you make your way down. Pillow, bolster, couch cushion coming to that left hip. Roll onto the back. Not the most graceful transition, but it works. Right leg drapes over that bolster, or you're just in a supine twist. Snuggle it in so that you're nice and comfy. And it's your choice if you want to glue the shoulder blades on the earth and really take an exaggerated twist and look towards the right hand. Or sometimes it feels nice to just literally snuggle